Sports fans, it feels so good to be back after 1 week off and 2 weeks of simulcasts. The mega powers of podcasting are simultaneously together in the On the Money Sports Lounge for another edition of On the Money Podcast, coming to you live this Wednesday night on the eve of the NBA trade deadline. Super Bowl Sunday right around the corner, coming off of a Royal Rumble on Saturday, not to mention Dynasty season. Some look at this as the lull period in sports, but we like to take advantage of this lull because a lot of times me and this guy are better than some of the sports that are actually happening.
And spoken by a true Jets fan there.
Go Hawks, F the Pats, as Chris is the first one to check in. So I guess that you are hoping that the Patriots do not successfully get their 7th Lombardi trophy. Look on the bright side. Belichick and Kraft were not voted into the Hall of Fame yet. They might have to wait a little bit, which in my opinion, league's being a little petty, kind of reminiscent of what the MLB is trying to do with everybody who juiced. At the end of the day, certain people, it's only a matter of time before they get in, regardless.
He cheated. There's a punishment for that.
Barry Bonds cheated.
And look, he's still not in.
Yeah, but I mean, eventually, at some point, is it?
Bill Belichick's going to get in the Hall of Fame.
The Hall of Good?
Guess what? You're not going to get your first ballot Hall of Fame.
Well, no, that's out the window now.
That's because
that was their way.
That was your punishment. They say, hey, remember cheating? Like Spygate?
Shador Sanders get dropping.
That's like Shador Sanders being a part of the Pro Bowl.
That's like Justin Fields declining being a part of the Pro Bowl because he's training. What a joke that is, huh? I think that the score of the Pro Bowl was 64-55 or something.
You watched
the flag football? No, I just saw the score. I didn't watch.
Oh, okay.
I was too busy to. Growing up, when the Pro Bowl meant something, back when the actual Pro Bowlers were going, the best of the best, and they actually took it as competition, like the 49ers best players and the Broncos best players, putting them all out there because they just faced off in the Super Bowl. It's like, here we go, neck and neck. Like, yeah, that's what I remember. Now, I don't know what this is. This is some modern day mental health nonsense.
It shouldn't even be played anymore.
Just cancel it.
It's a joke.
Cancel it.
It's just like the NBA All-Star game.
Don't have it.
The NBA All-Star game's a joke, too.
Like, you guys don't want to do it, don't do it. That's fine. And we're getting to the point now where maybe the MLB All-Star game is the best one. Ugh.
Hockey's really good.
Gross. Not voting for a coach and owner also result, in my opinion, with mixing them this year with senior players. Hating the Pats is in my blood. Players should be voted over coaches and owners. Chris coming in hot today, and we definitely appreciate it. It's been about a month since I've been in here. Feels good to be back as I share the episode alongside co-host, current reigning True Legends champion, Oscar O. Money Muniz.
Not yet. Not yet. That's for the summer.
Oh, man. We got all summer.
Yo, I don't care.
Man. Yeah, put it on, man. You don't got the trophy right now.
It's all right.
You gotta have the Ulafala on. The acknowledgement. Let me share this here. All right, let's see. Everybody get settled in. Grab yourself, I guess, a warm beverage. It's a little cold out, so I don't know if you're down for a cold beverage, a hot coffee, hot cocoa, hot tea. Instead of Pro Bowl, what is it now? Maybe do a matchup of first overall pick, a second overall pick. Winner gets first overall pick. I mean, but then it's like people are gonna sell that too. It's just weird. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. It's just not what it was. All of it's like forgetting the meaning of Christmas, and you're not able to replicate that and bring that back once you forget the meaning of Christmas. The Pro Bowl legitimately meant something.
Quit.
Like when the Super Bowl was over, you knew that next week, okay, Honolulu, the Pro Bowl, my last sample size of some football, I'm going to get it with the Pro Bowl. Now it's the week before the Super Bowl. Nobody's paying attention. We got a Super Bowl in itself that, no offense to the two teams involved, it's a little bit harder to market a Seahawks versus Patriots Super Bowl than it would have been some of the other matchups that we were discussing before you know, the Rams started playing with their food. Josh Allen started doing Josh Allen type things when the chips were down.
Did you also put this in there?
What?
About the Stoutland thing? There's some talking points now.
No. I haven't mentioned
I'm going to save that.
Eagles offensive line coach of 13 years leaving the organization. Forgot to mention that with the bullet points to come in with the hard opening. That's when it started going downhill, when they changed it to before the Super Bowl. I feel like you're right.
Yeah.
I feel like that's when things just started to take a turn to where I was still watching at the time, and I'm saying to myself, like, damn, they're not even trying to tackle. Like, that's when I started finding myself saying that more and more.
That is true.
Take over, so I make sure that I'm sharing this on all the
moving it away from Hawaii, so not so much a reward after that. That's true too. There was no reason to start moving it to the sites of the Super Bowl. That was just silly. The league made enough money and still makes way more than enough to go back to Hawaii every single year. It was a reward for the players.
Yeah, it was a little vacation.
No player wants to go to Vegas or when you're having the thing in Detroit. Nobody wants to do that. Go back to Hawaii. The players love going to Hawaii, even though a lot of them participate, whatnot. It was a vacation for their family too, because they would bring their families with them. You took advantage of it because practice isn't really practice.
Yeah. Everyone's hanging out, getting together. You're hanging out with players that are friends of yours and family from other teams. You know, it's like a good networking experience, honestly. Not saying there's any collusion or anything going on, but there's a lot of conversations that go on, you know? Like, hey, what are you thinking for this offseason? What are you guys looking for? You guys need a wide receiver?
That's where Donovan McNabb got T.O. to commit to Philly.
Yeah, that's where it happened, bro.
Where do you think some players got, the Pro Bowls where players get, hey, you're a free agent if you don't get tagged. What's the deal? What you looking at?
Yeah, when you think about it, that's the only opportunity to get to have those conversations unless they play each other during the regular season. So,
yeah,
I mean, it really at one point in time was a tradition. Like, I always watched the NBA All-Star Weekend. I always watched the NFL Pro Bowl. Now
we all did, bro.
You don't even make it special for the kids these days.
The 3-point shot, the 3-point shooting challenge is always fun to watch. The dunk.
The rookies versus the sophomores, even the celebrity basketball game. I think that was like on a Friday night or a Saturday night.
Yep, that was fun to watch.
Game. You'd have like like J. Cole went out there and balled that one year.
Mm-hmm.
It was a cool tradition. Now it just doesn't feel like a tradition. I got to be honest with you. I'm not. And of course, my team has stunk for a while now. We haven't been to one since 2000. But like I think. The Super Bowl game itself, to me, isn't as exciting as the conference championship weekend is. Like
interesting.
That conference championship Sunday to me, where it's like the AFC championship, NFC championship, like or the divisional round, hell, wild card weekend with the 6 games. I feel like I'm more pumped for that than I am for the finality of what's to come.
Is that what it is? The finality?
Yeah, like this is it. This is what you're getting. And in my mind, I've watched these two teams play throughout the entirety of the year. One team in the Seahawks that I completely slept on in the summertime, and another team that I
picked them with a losing record, 7-10.
I think I gave them a worse record than that. I think when we did that episode, I think Jordan and Chris were a little bit more optimistic about Seattle than we were. They saw Arizona as being the worst team, and they kind of had a better feel for this division than we did. You got it right there. 5-11, 5-12. That would be 5-12. So we were dead wrong about Seattle. Credit to them for making it this far. Dexter Lawrence, what he's been able to do on that team, what that head coach has been able to do. 2 years of being the head coach. They're always replaying that hype video from when he first walked in there and told them about his. It wasn't a 45-day Michael Scott plan. He had a vision of what he wanted to do.
Yes, he did.
With this Seattle team and what they were going to be and what they were going to represent. And not for nothing, man. Like that's an intense football team led by quarterback Sam Darnold, who is on the verge of eliminating all the ghosts in his closet and any ghosts that he ever saw on the field. One game away.
He's 60 minutes away from a Super Bowl championship where everything that's ever transpired is just vanished.
He could wipe it all away just like that. He didn't do enough bad to where he couldn't. It wasn't irrefutable, I should say. He didn't do enough bad to where it was like nothing he could do right now could change it. He could change it all and put his name among the Trent Dilfers of the world. Because it don't matter.
Better than them.
Trent Dilfer got a ring, no matter what anybody says about it.
And this team is composed to continue to compete.
They're built for it, absolutely.
You know, Darnold's there another 2 years. JSN's going to be there another 2 years, minimal, before he gets his contract. Like, the line's young. The defense is young.
And they're not here right now. They're not playing this weekend. But, man, if you're the Minnesota Vikings, like, we saw their GM got fired. You don't think this had a little something to do with it? The Sam Darnold decision? Putting all your eggs in the J.J. McCarthy basket and not really having an ulterior plan?
I'm not saying you're wrong in that. It could.
Star wide receiver not being able
to. But I was told that a star wide receiver is going to put up numbers no matter what.
Not always, man.
Perfect example why I won't make a trade for Garrett Wilson in the offseason, Mike, is Justin Jefferson is 20 times better than him. And look what happened to him. So how do you give draft? If you're in a dynasty league, how do you even think about entertaining a trade for Garrett Wilson and assuming?
Well, with Garrett Wilson, if he's in trade negotiations right now, you might be a fan of him and you're willing to not factor in who his quarterback is going to be next season. You just want Garrett Wilson, which it could work out, or it could be one of those things where maybe you should have waited until things were a little bit more crystallized in the green side of New York for those New York football Jets, because we still don't know what they're going to do. We don't know their plan. Glenn is coming back. They've got the picks. They've got the extra. They got the extra pick from Indy, and they've got a new offensive coordinator in Frank Reich, who I feel like is a good OC. Just a matter of what is he going to
I think he's going to be the interim head coach by November.
Like, is Breece Hall still going to be there? Where are the Jets at this point in time? You know?
I think by the midway point, if things are still bad, I think Aaron Glenn's going to get fired, and Frank Reich will be the coach.
And speaking of how the Vikings must feel about Sam Darnold, look at the Jets. You know, we were sold on like that he was damaged goods, but they're still damaged goods, and he's going to a Super Bowl.
Many reports have stated for the last couple of years, this is going on for a couple of years, that Saleh didn't want to get rid of Darnold, that he was not enamored with Zach Wilson. Like, it was Woody Johnson who wanted Zach Wilson.
And being enamored with Zach Wilson.
That's what it comes down to, that it was Woody. Listen, it's the same report that we've read for the last couple of years. We read this report before Saleh was fired. This was when he went to Carolina. Like, they didn't believe in Zach Wilson. Again, that's the owner who listens to his kids on how to, Madden rankings for players. And that
Woody Johnson is a dumpster fire. Depends what
Chris,
QB wants to come in and wants to work
Darnold
with the new OC, Frank
and
Reich.
build an O-line. Please, Epstein, let's make Woody sell the team. There's a lot of that going on with those New York owners, huh?
Just one of them in particular so far. I haven't heard anything from the other. Chris, what's up? Chris's are usually the first to check in. We're only 10 minutes in. We're just warming up. It's the comedy hour. We're talking Jets right now. Starting with them, working our way to the Super Bowl, because
they have nothing. There's nothing there on that team.
I stand
Breece
by.
Hall's going to be an unrestricted free. There's no way they're tagging him.
Where do you think he goes? Do we have a destination? Do we have a?
Give me a couple weeks.
It's hard, man, because we just had a big draft with all the rookie running backs.
March 10th is when free agency starts, so I got an entire month.
It's crazy to think the draft
a week before free agency starts. We'll do some bold free agent.
The draft is already 2 months away, 2.5 months. I'm excited.
It's crazy.
Like it's fine.
You know, so I don't know if you're a New York Jets fan. Like, what are you looking forward to?
You are feeling a little bit better about the Sauce Gardner trade, right?
Yeah, because now you're going to be picking in the teams.
Better about that
because we all thought you were going to probably be picking in the 20s. The way this team was, what, 7-1?
We feel a little bit better about that. You have no idea who the quarterback is going to be next year. Glenn for one more season. You feel good about the draft capital that the team has accrued in the last couple of seasons. I stand by my hot take. I think Kyler Murray is still going to potentially end up wearing that gangrene for the New York Football Jets.
Ooh, you like that?
Other than that, I don't have a second quarterback in mind as far as who's going to take the reins for that team. I really don't know. Chris, as a New York Jets fan, do you think Kyler Murray will be the starting QB for you next season, or do you think that the Jets go in
I'm pretty sure
another
Murray's
direction?
done in Arizona. So
Arizona's
he's
done.
going to have destinations. He's thinking Kirk Cousins. That Kirk Cousins is a possibility as well.
I'm seeing.
I read a report today. It's not a quarterback, but I read a report that Max Crosby probably played his last down in Vegas.
I saw that they're potentially done, and he's done with them. And I also saw that the new regime in Atlanta is not completely sold on Michael Penix, and one of the names that they're looking at, hold on to your hats, Dylan Gabriel, as a potential suitor to be traded over to Atlanta.
Yo, Kevin Stefanski really likes Dylan Gabriel, bro.
You think about the connection is there. You always when a head coach goes from one organization to the other organization, there's always that trail of breadcrumbs as far as the connections that they have with players from the old organization and them bringing their new influence to the table and saying, I know a guy we could.
That's all right. We're just going to run it back with Aaron Rodgers.
Oh,
it's okay.
How do you feel? We haven't been together for this. So how do you feel about the new sheriff in town, Mike McCarthy?
It was the safe hire. That's what that was. You know, when you're looking at job applications and you're going through your interviews and you got these two young guys or two veterans, you're like, wow, man, this could work. And then you interview the safe bet. It's like, you know what? But if I hire him, I can keep the same process. I don't have to worry about. I don't
have to work harder.
I don't have to, you know.
I don't have to go out of my comfort zone with this.
Exactly.
Hire.
So
it's a comfort zone thing.
To Mr. Rooney, he believes that, you know, I'm going to pick the exact. If I could find an exact carbon copy of Mike Tomlin, it's Mike McCarthy.
And it's crazy.
The only difference with McCarthy,
you don't realize how much alike they are until he gets hired by the Pittsburgh Steelers.
The only thing with McCarthy is the offense is probably going to play better with him because he's an offensive-minded guy. 10 out of his so many years of coaching, his team has been in top 5 scoring teams. Like, I started reading all this stuff saying, oh, shit. It's just, you know, it's not what people were looking for. Yeah, but here's the thing. I wanted Shula or that Shahasi guy, the unknowns, and nobody hired them.
They said Shula bombed his interview with Pittsburgh.
Yeah, like.
What did he do? Would he fart?
But not
like what?
But not only that, even nobody else hired them. Which is a little odd because they were considered the hot attraction, the up and come, and nobody hired them.
The new minds, the new brilliant minds.
So did the Steelers dodge a bullet? I don't know, but watching his press conference, I was angry at the move. I watched that press conference and I'm like, Dito, bro, like this is a dream come true.
Had a little twinkle in his eye.
Yeah, like yo, born and raised there. Like, you can tell this meant something to him. Like,
I look forward to hearing you curse his name.
It's going to happen. There's no denying that one.
The standard is
However,
the standard.
I can see, like, Like I told my wife, it may not be the guy I want, but you know what? I know I'm going to get out of him. He's going to try his damnedest since he's from there, since he's born and raised there. Like, it's your dream. You're going to try your damnedest to try to win.
I rather, like, as a Titans fan, I would have rather us hire McCarthy than Nagy. It came down to that. Like, you know.
And I like some of his, like, the Patrick Graham, I'm catching heat from all my friends. But newsflash, the Raiders statistically had a better defense than the Steelers. You don't believe me? Go look it up.
Oh.
You don't believe me? Go. So guess what? I think that's improvement over Terrell Austin.
Oh, that's a disgusting stat.
It is. I had to tell people that, and they looked at me twice. The
most expensive defense in football.
And Terrell Austin couldn't get it right. So let's see, maybe with actual talent, he can get this team to play up to standards. Oh,
Speaking of dynasty trades, one of mine just got rejected. Two of them just got rejected. So that's all right. 9 more to go.
Rejected by who?
Terrell. Everybody in the Kingpins Dynasty League, well, most of you can check your inboxes as you're watching the podcast and see that you may or may not have received a trade offer from me at some point during the day. Please feel free to look it over, send the counter, decline it, as my counterpart Terrell just did. I am open for business.
I thought my trade with Alexi the other day was pretty good.
Yeah.
I unloaded
everybody just voted a yes on it, and we just moved on.
Mike, you gave up on Pittman already? Yeah, I did.
It's because Pittman's your boy, dog. Like,
I gave up
in the redraft and dynasty. Like, Michael Pittman is a staple for the money club or any of your variants.
Sometimes you gotta cut the cord, and I'm okay. I know I lost my 20. Alexi's banking for me to suck again and have a top 5 pick next year because I gave him my first round pick for next year.
In that trade, going to be bad.
Yeah, he has to. There's no way you're just doing that. But I got 2 firsts, so now I got.
You have 3 firsts this year.
Yes, so I'm cool with it. I got a first and a second. I'm cool. I got the first pick in the second round, the second pick in the second round, and the 4th pick in the second round.
So we got the Cousins rumor for the quarterback for the Jets. Chris also says rumors also maybe that Brissett because of Frank. I think, honestly, Brissett might be the best thing that's happened to the Cardinals during a time period where we really don't know what they're going to be, what they're going to look like.
But yeah, overall with the McCarthy thing, it's nothing to be wowed about, but I'm not going to be depressed about either because it's not like he's a bad coach. He's just not what I thought this team needed at the time. He could prove me wrong. You got every chance in the world to prove me wrong, Mike.
He is going to Wawa and filling up your tire with air instead of getting a new tire.
Jesus, Terrell. Cooper Kupp for Parker Washington.
I see that he was inspired by the offers that I sent him, and he chose to send some offers
Cooper Kupp.
I got someone about to hit the block. Who has for the special moment? Plus, I don't want 30 offers at once. Oh.
Listen,
that means that's a big
Parker
fish.
Washington had a great month of December. You think he's just going to be canceled out of the team next year? Like, come on, bro.
Parker Washington
decline.
Parker Washington was active. Like, we saw it watching the playoffs together. Terrell. Speaking of the devil, he's in the chat at the moment. Feel free to send a counter to what I sent you. It's a conversation starter, as you like to put it. You know, you got to start somewhere. I didn't know where to go. Kupp is about to hit the retirement line. And he is playing in the Super Bowl on Sunday. You know, who knows? A Cooper Kupp touchdown could be a nice little prop for anybody who's interested. I don't know how much wagering I'll be doing on the actual Super Bowl because to me, this has the makings of one of those Super Bowls that they're going into halftime with the score of like 9-3. So I don't know, you know, I might just kind of tail a few people and see what they're feeling for the game because another part of why I don't get as excited for the Super Bowls anymore is that a lot of them feel more like a show than a game. It feels just like it's a show. Next thing you know, it's like the 2-minute warning going into halftime and nothing's happened. All your props are just sitting there. Just you ever notice that? Like, there's a lot of times where it's like you're like, damn, it's halftime already.
A ton of shit last year and nothing hit.
I did not enjoy that. So
You know what? I'm lying. I did win Eagles money line.
Okay.
I took
There you
Eagles
go.
money
There you
line
go.
last year.
Okay.
$5 won me like $20.
Okay. You got something. I believe I did that too. And I think I picked MVP correctly.
I
with
should have
Hurts.
picked Kenny Pickett 1 passing touchdown.
Oh.
Because didn't he throw a passing touchdown in the Super
Yeah,
Bowl?
when they brought out the reserves because they were beating the Chiefs.
They were
so
beating the
bad.
Chiefs so bad. The
Yes.
reserves came in with 10 minutes left in the game, dog. When was
In
the
the
last
Super
time
Bowl.
you saw
that
the backups coming in the
You know,
Super Bowl with 10 minutes to go?
besides local fans, that's got to kill ratings too. Like, damn, they got Kenny Pickett out here throwing the ball. Like, I don't think that we see the reserves this week.
Listen, the halftime show better be good. There's a lot. So much is being talked about this halftime show.
I mean, I'd rather watch that than Kid Rock.
Yeah, I don't know what's up
Christian
with
on the
Kid
Christian
Rock.
channel.
Yeah, that.
Are you guys? What are you doing?
Dude.
What are you doing? Literally, what are you doing, bro?
We all know how I am.
Bro.
I'm not going to bring religion into this.
They did.
I'm a God. I believe in God.
They are milking
I
it.
believe in Jesus as Savior, but at the same time, like you can't.
That's crazy.
You can't be playing Kid
Yo.
Rock of all people
Ellen.
towards a Christian halftime. Like, what are we doing?
All that to take eyes off Bad Bunny?
Out,
You're no better.
If you came out and you had like Mercy Me, like actual Christian bands playing, all right. But
seen Bad Bunny commercials for months.
You
it better be memorable.
Kid Rock, bro. Like,
honestly, I hope he does the entire halftime in Spanish. If people are mad, I want to get them more mad. Make them more upset. Like Metallica, at least.
I mean, I understand that, Chris. I'd be down for some Fade to Black.
I would have taken Metallica over what we're actually getting. They're just going out of their way. But anyway, there's a good chance that halftime show might be the most interesting part of this game.
Yeah.
Sad to say.
I see what Chris means, though. Like, it's either a pop act or a hip hop act. A pop act or a hip hop act. Like, I get, like, the variation. Like, we can spin some stuff around. Like,
I mean, this is probably going to be better than the halftime where the kid was rapping in front of the igloo.
Yeah. I mean, maybe
like, who put this together?
Maybe it's just because I was a teenager in the late 90s, early 2000, where I thought the best show I've seen in the last 10 years was Dr. Dre and them. To me, that was the best halftime show I've seen in decades. Besides Bruno Mars back, when the Broncos got shellacked by the Seahawks. Bruno Mars was the best part of that whole.
I just watched the highlights of that because this week they are drilling all the Super Bowl highlights into our minds on the classic ESPN channels and all that stuff. So I forgot how bad that game was.
Oh, that game was bad. It started with a safety.
Yeah, like I watched the highlights and I was just like, damn,
bro. The Seahawks beat the piss out of the Broncos.
This was a year where,
and that was the year Peyton threw like 50.
Yeah, Denver looked.
He broke the record, didn't he? Throw like 55 touchdown passes or something.
Chris Stapleton halftime show.
It was the number one offense versus the number one defense, and the old adage came to play: defense wins championships. And we all knew Broncos defense was not that good.
No,
the Broncos defense was not that good at all.
They were, like I always say on this podcast,
they got their weaknesses masked because you will put your head down and you look back up at a Broncos. It's 21-0 already.
Let's zone blitz, guys. Let's take some chances here. Let's get this ball back. So, and that's what happens. When you have an offense that can produce, your defense, it takes less and less pressure off your defense. They're on the field, maybe less. That 3 and out becomes easier for them to get.
Listen,
they're giving it back to an offense that can take it down the field and at least get you 3 points.
That's why that Super Bowl was so bad. Thank you for Bruno Mars for giving us a performance to forget about that. However, I expect Bad Bunny to have a good performance. Just, dude, leave the bodysuit at home, and you know what I mean by that.
He might wear it.
Oh.
Because everybody has to. Everybody's using the platform to make a big statement. That's what it is. To the point where it's like you can't fully agree with what anybody's doing, because they're manipulating the situation to their advantage.
I don't want to see the bodysuit, eh?
You got an Indian tribe ready to
In the words of you, leave the weird shit at home.
I think it's looking like the Super Bowl Sunday is going to be a very weird day. Everybody's throwing their politics into it. Everybody's throwing all this different crap into it.
Why can't we just play football?
Because you can't. You can't.
And and you can't tell me the NFL doesn't love this. Because you know what's doing? It's making you watch this game. And they need a reason to watch this game because ain't nobody how many Seattle fans and, well, the Patriot fans all came out in the early 2000s. They left for a couple years and became Chiefs fans, but they're back now.
Oh, tough times. Tough times. Politics for squares. Chris Paul going back to Toronto.
Here's the difference. This Patriots team isn't hateable.
What's up, Drew?
They're not a hateable team because
it's a fresh coat of paint.
Yeah, and it's not a smug-ass coach. Next question.
Yeah.
Like Mike Vrabel, I like Mike Vrabel.
We all do.
Bro, I love Mike. He's a former Steeler.
And he deserves this.
You know, Mike Vrabel sealed the divisional round game against the Patriots for the Steelers back in 97 with the fumble that propelled us to the AFC, except, Broncos beat us the following week. But
Vrabel was a playmaker, dude. Vrabel was getting touchdown catches from Brady.
Like, I want football for football, not politics. I want to stay away from politics because all sides are polarizing.
Yeah, we choose
that may be
to enjoy
the best statement I've read.
To get away from other things, right? It's an escapism. Yeah. And when all those things start to blend together, maybe that's another reason why I'm a little turned off by it this year, because everybody's so mad and Bad Bunny hasn't even hit the stage yet. We haven't even seen a down of football yet, and everybody's just upset, bro. And it's crazy. He said he got to say
that's crazy.
Yeah. Well, when he was with the Titans, that was where that original comment came from.
Yes,
when we were contending, he said that he would cut his dick off for a Super Bowl as a coach. And now he was asked that question because this is the first time as a coach that he makes it to the actual bowl game. And Vrabel has fun with the media, bro. He really does.
I respect Vrabel because he always looks for that female reporter, and he remembered her from Tennessee. She was out there. He called her by name. You got first question.
Yeah.
Like he always did because he says, it's hard for women to get respect in this business.
Yeah.
And he's very
the leader of men.
He's approachable. He's understanding. Like, I love him. If Mike Tomlin had retired last year, I'd have begged him to be the coach.
Yeah.
And he probably would have got it. It would have been up to him because, Pittsburgh likes hiring what they know.
Yep. Yes, they do. Yes, they do, bro.
But yeah, this team's interesting. But as saying that, I just think Seattle's better all around.
They're just a monster, bro. Number one defense in the league. No debate about that. And they travel.
Darnold's playing great ball. They can run the rock. Everything New England can do, they can do.
So brainwashing. Yeah, I mean, that's crazy. Like, it's a lot of people are brainwashed, bro. Like, they are. I feel like a lot of people are less human now because it's like I'm either red or blue, and you forget about actually just being a human and what that entails.
You know what? I seen an interview, and I know it's not a real politics thing, but Gene Simmons, Mr. Kiss himself. They asked him who he was voting for. He goes, "It's none of your damn business who I'm voting for." He goes, "I remember a time you go to the poll, you put a curtain up, you voted, and you left, and nobody asked who you voted." He goes, "Why is it any of your damn business who I vote for?" And you know what? It's a great idea. If people would just shut the hell up, not ask certain questions, maybe we wouldn't be in the situations we are today.
Like, some of these people must have had miserable Thanksgivings and Christmases because this is literally all they're fixated on. You're waking up at 7:30 in the morning, getting ready for work, and you're just trying to argue with people online.
Yeah.
This has become
I ain't got time for that.
This has become your identity. Like, you feel good? Like, are you happy with this? Like, are you entertained?
How about being more worried about the data center that's being built in Vineland that's going to freaking overuse all this power that it's going to fall onto the customers of Vineland that are going to have to double out their payments while these guys got no taxes for the next 10 years. That's
Everybody's-
the shit people should be mad about.
Everybody's busy making an AI picture of themselves.
Yeah.
Mikey! That's what they're doing. They're busy just making an AI of themselves just to escape. And responding
The one
to
I
the
made of Mike.
compliments.
How his face completely changed.
Yeah, it did. That was crazy. That was crazy. As far
Have the
as
Knicks made a trade?
the Knicks have not made a trade. They have been on a 7-game winning streak ever since they had their players-only meeting. They are currently in the middle of a contest right now with the Nuggets that's in the fourth quarter.
2 weekends ago, man. I really thought they were.
So that players-only meeting really helped to turn things around for them. All I need from the Knicks tonight is for Cat to get me the 11.5 rebounds, and I'll be happy. I won't say nothing bad about them. But they do seem to be turning things around as Andrew gives his thoughts on how he feels about the New York Knicks.
I mean, now that football season's over, you can start to concentrate on, making the Knicks life hell, like you said you were going to do.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I had so much going on. I just haven't had time
Well,
for that.
it happened right there at the beginning of baseball, beginning of football and the baseball.
I wasn't worried.
When Michael said, the Knicks are closer to a championship than any other New York team.
Of course they are. Well, we'll see. What are they? I don't know. They're like 3rd or 4th in the East right now. They're not.
I know they got one more win than the Sixers right now.
They ain't better than Boston. They're basically equals with the
How
Sixers.
is Boston so
Vucevic-
good
Vucevic,
without Tatum?
once again, the Boston Celtics get exactly what they need in Nikolai Vucevic from
True,
the
I'm
Chicago
hurt too,
Bulls.
but the Phillies should have. I mean, it was an easy contract to match. I
Still
don't know
very
why they
hurt
didn't do it.
about Rangers Suarez.
That is true because you named your. Did he name his kid after Ranger? Oh, damn!
He's a big fan of
Hey,
Rangers.
it's all right. I named my dog after Minka Fitzpatrick.
Ranger is going to be part of the rotation with the Boston Red Sox. He's moved over to our division. The Phillies failed to. It looks like the Phillies are just going to run it back. They're not really.
Dave
trying to
Dombrowski
do-
said I spent way too much money, and you guys need to fucking figure
You
it
guys
out.
thought he was kidding? last
Basically,
year?
that's what he said. Excuse my language,
You guys
but
thought he was
Dombrowski
kidding?
just said, "I spent enough money. You guys need to figure this shit out. You're
That
getting
boy
paid."
re-signed JT Realmuto.
That wasn't a bad deal, though. I'm okay paying him $15 million a year, bro.
It wasn't the change that the fans were wanting after last year.
I get it. Well, Bichette fucked him. That's what that comes down to. But at the end, he also kind of screwed the Mets in that. Did you read the details to that contract? He can opt out next year,
So it's
And
a
they-
rental.
and they would still owe him money.
I mean, all the Mets are doing these days are renting because their down payment on Juan Soto.
I mean,
is
hey,
gonna
we
be
got
the next
Blastado
20
Power
years.
in this guy.
We need more Asian persuasion in Philly.
They're
a
trying.
little more seasoning wouldn't hurt. We already talked about.
I mean,
that.
we got Blastado Power in this guy.
One guy.
Forget his name. Damn it! I'm just so jettisoned with football.
Well, we'll be talking baseball soon enough. We're getting to that point. I got to dust off the old laptop and make sure everything is situated for the Sandlot Baseball Association. Year 3 is currently loading.
I didn't even notice that. Making an AI of themselves and crying about the data center. Make it make sense.
Oh,
That was a
bro,
good one,
my
Chris.
goodness, bro. You really can't make this stuff up. And these are the people that are spewing their opinions online all day long, bro. Just high on their own opinion and low IQ, bro. You really can't make this stuff up.
But yeah, the truck left this morning, or was it yesterday morning, from Philly down to its Clearwater.
Yeah, pitchers and catchers.
It was on
getting ready to
CBS. It was on
report.
CBS. They showed the truck taking off with all the equipment. It's exciting.
Yeah, because basketball by default we're tuned
I
in
don't
now.
pay attention
but
to basketball till after the All-Star game, because
yeah.
that's when, like, in the words of Jim Ross, business is about to
pick up. You got a good feel of who's where. There's some good stories. The Rockets are good again. I like the Detroit Pistons and what
Dude,
they've got going on.
How about Anthony Davis getting traded again? And the Mavs have absolutely nothing.
Oh my God.
Nothing. I repeat, nothing to show for the Luka Doncic. That's when I will come out and say, for all you LeBron fans out there who swear by him, who die by him, who will do anything or react to anything.
Your king.
This trade was made. That trade was made by the league to get the Lakers in prominence again.
Yeah. Relevant.
Because you can't tell me that they couldn't have gotten better deal for him.
And now look at where AD is.
And look, you don't even have who was considered a prize part of it. They just jettisoned to Washington.
They got Chris Middleton.
That's going to go down as the worst trade in all of sports.
A team that once had their backcourt of Doncic and Brunson now have nothing to show but Chris Middleton and Marvin Bagley.
No, wasn't Middleton part of the deal?
Is he in Dallas still?
I think he was part of the deal.
Well, that's all they have. That's what I'm saying. That's.
I know. I think
when people ask them,
I think Middleton got traded.
Oh.
They have nothing to show.
All-Star game is next weekend. I didn't realize that either. So we're already halfway through the NBA season. We didn't pay attention to a single bit of the first half. From what I understand, the new ownership sanctioned the trade because the league wouldn't let them build a casino in Dallas. Ooh, though petty betties. I got a crazy stat for you.
So you would ruin your team? Like, what kind of owner does that?
Here's a
piece
stat.
of trash.
Anthony Davis played 29 games for the Dallas Mavericks. Luka Doncic, since being traded, has had 29 games where he has scored 30 or more points. So, there you go. At least he got Cooper Flag out of all that, and he's been balling lately. Kid's got some juice, but it's only a matter of time before they ship him out unceremoniously because the Dallas Mavericks clearly have no idea what they're doing. We are very far removed from the days where the Mavericks were a powerhouse on the western side of things, where they had Nash, where they had Nowinski. Even after Steve Nash, you still had Dirk Nowinski and being a top 4 seed year after year. This team, the
Mavs send Davis. Oh no, you were right. They send Davis, Hardy, Russell, Exum to the Wizards for Middleton, Johnson, Branham, and Bagley. You're right. My bad.
And now AD is in NBA Siberia by going to the Wizards, which there's not many more stops after that. Maybe what? Charlotte? Want to go to Charlotte? Go hang out with the Hornets and all the point guards they got over there. Which to me reminds me of the James Harden situation, who I feel like he's lucky to have landed in a spot like Cleveland because once again,
he's got to be second fiddle.
He can't even be second fiddle.
He might have to be third op. Maybe
he can't be second fiddle.
Maybe he should be coming off the bench.
Remember when he was second fiddle with the Brooklyn Nets, and all they needed from him was the bare minimum, while KD carried Brooklyn in a 7-game series against the Milwaukee Bucks. Remember how that ended?
He was a big toe away from going to the finals.
KD did it all by himself. This is when the Brooklyn Nets were doing their big splash move and putting this big three together.
Mikey's right there. If Cuban never sold his majority ownership, Luka would still be there.
I believe that. That changed a lot with Cuban out of the
Why
picture.
did he sell that team?
With
Because he
Dallas.
was so adamant that he loved it.
No, it's politics. He had a lot going with that. That was his team. You know what I mean? Like, he was kind of the face of the Mavericks.
For years.
They got the championship. They were competing. They were contending. Luka Magic. That was the whole thing. It was the Brunson deal at first. Brunson to New York, and then after that, it just slowly just started eroding. Yeah. It's less watchable now than it was at one point. The Adam Silver era has been, which is why this is the longest we've gone on this podcast was a very, like, a lot of our episodes would be straight basketball talk at one point in time. Like, we were all in on the NBA and what they had going on. Even if we still had issues with some of the stuff going on, like the load management debate, which carried on for a couple of seasons. But on this podcast, we were hitting you with the predictions and the playoff predictions at the start of the season. Opening tip-off night, we would be going live. And like, the NBA has just kind of been, you want to talk about second or third fiddle, that to me, they're behind the MLB I'm way more pumped for baseball than I am for basketball. Did he say it was because he wanted to spend more time with his family? I mean,
yeah, that's what it says here.
Once you make the amount of money that he makes, right? Sixers are playing good basketball.
He still owns 27% of the team.
Okay.
His 73%, dude. He got $3.5 billion.
Like Terrell said, he still has his seat.
You know who the Sixers should bring back, and I say that because when he was there, they actually cared to make the team good. Is Pat Croce.
Pat Croce did care, man. He did care. That was a good time. He was there for the ceremony that they had recently for the Eastern Conference Championship.
His handlebar mustache.
Team. Yeah. And they should bring back the mascot, the rabbit with the do-rag.
He was there
what
Saturday.
Was his name? With the sunglasses.
I forget, but he was there Saturday.
Yeah, I saw, like, bring him back.
And I know I've gotten fat since I got out of high school, but damn, what the hell happened to Eric Snow?
Yeah, that's my stuff. They called him Eric Avalanche. I don't condone that. I'm not saying nothing. I'm just saying I thought, like, I laughed at it. Okay, I'm just saying. All right, they got me with it. I try to stay serious, but they got me.
I forgot the kid they passed
away.
away.
Internet is undefeated. Yeah, man.
I forgot that.
Defensive player of the year got absolutely mauled by Shaquille O'Neal in the finals. But hey, that was Shaq in his prime, baby. What'd you expect?
The Kurt trade rumors, someone to trade Edgecombe and George for. I wouldn't trade Edgecombe. I think it would be a huge mistake.
Well, you can't trade George right now. He's busy serving his time for juicing, right?
Yo, did you see what Gilbert Arenas said on his podcast?
No.
He goes, did George not think like all these good-ass games he was doing, like they weren't going to like check on him?
They tested his ass.
He goes, my question is this. Why aren't they testing that other 41-year-old?
Well, they did. That story got hushed up. That was a story at one point in time.
Chael Sonnen said, me and LeBron have the same guy for our THT.
That story was happening at one time, and then it got hushed up for some reason or another. We gotta shut this down.
That's just Chael being Chael.
No, bro. There was some merit to that story, but we won't know at this point because nobody's brought it up since.
Ever since, bro. It just got quietly swept under the rug.
Nobody's brought it up ever since. Poor Paul George hits his PRA number, and they knock.
Piss in this cup.
I wonder if he's mentioned that on his podcast. Has he done a podcast since?
I don't know.
Has he?
He's got 25. He got a month to do it.
Oof.
At least he's lucky this ain't baseball.
Well, he served like 2 games.
In baseball, you don't play in the playoffs.
It is an amazing week to be Puerto Rican. Has some great boxing this past
Pablo
weekend.
Torre to look into it.
No.
It's the truth. Like, there was this whole thing where, you're saying, he goes, listen, we got the same guy. I'm telling you. And I shared that on the sports page. I shared that everywhere. It got no traction.
Yeah.
No traction at all.
Nothing to talk about here. We just got to keep acknowledging.
And then I saw the satire site. They were looking at, like, LeBron was at his locker sitting down talking, and he's brushing. And a dude commented on it. He's like, bro, what are you brushing?
He was brushing his scalp. He was brushing the shit out of his head.
You saw it, right?
Yeah, I remember that. That was a couple of years back. And now the rumor mill is that part of why Cleveland is doing what they're doing right now is because in their minds, they're thinking that next season during the free agency period, they'll be able to acquire LeBron James to play alongside James Harden for a part 3 reunion in Cleveland with a new big 3 of LeBron, James, Donovan Mitchell. And it's crazy because I can't imagine would Evan Mobley still be there? Maybe. I mean, if anything, you want to talk about second fiddle, Evan Mobley is going to have to step his game up when he comes back healthy because in the playoffs, we know what we're getting from James Harden.
Yeah.
We know. We're past the point of wondering. We're past the point of, he could step. No, I don't want to hear it. I've dealt with it. All you Sixers fans out there have dealt with it. All you Brooklyn Nets fans out there have dealt with it. We've all dealt with our own sample size of James Harden, who has come out and said that Cleveland gives them the best opportunity. They have a great chance to win it. He didn't want to slow down the rebuilding process for the Clippers. You know, he feels like what the Cavs have got going on, since he's never won one, he feels like with Cleveland, what they've got going on, they've got a great shot. Newsflash, buddy. You haven't been to a conference finals since you left us. And you haven't been to an NBA finals since you were coming off the bench.
When you were 6 man.
So maybe you need to go back to coming off of the bench to give Cleveland a better shot if you really are about winning it all. Because to me, do the Cleveland Cavaliers, are they better off now than they were? Maybe. Okay, we'll give them that.
Yeah,
but you're still maybe the 4th best in the East. You're not better than Boston. You ain't better than Detroit. You know?
Yeah, I mean, in the big moments in the playoffs, he's going to shrink.
Sixers own Rockets first-round pick after the McCain trade.
Yeah, the one of the picks they got, the first-round pick they got from it doesn't matter. It's not like the Rockets are going to be picking in the lottery.
The middle of the
However, there's a lot of talent coming out in this NBA draft this year, so
is this a draft to get excited about? Do you think
it's possible?
Some game
But
changers?
my thing is, if the Sixers did this move, and I get it, McCain was buried on the chart. The worst thing that happened to McCain was Edgecombe.
Edgecombe took his shine. That's what it was. Edgecombe took his shine. At one
and he
point,
was only playing. And he was playing 10 minutes a game.
That wasn't part of the
what
plan.
is that guy? What's he doing for you playing 10 minutes a game? Yeah, it was nice to come off the bench, get a couple threes in. But they got Quentin Grimes there too, so they got players. Like this team's actually playing really well, and they were playing well without Embiid and PG.
I saw Lonzo just got traded today, and he's
going to be released as soon as the trade's complete.
Yeah.
I just think, it was a good trade. It's not that the kid doesn't have potential. It's not that the kid can't play basketball. It's just it's a crowded room. Yeah. So you're going to get 4 picks for him, 3 or seconds for. So my question is Morey going to use these picks to make a move, or is Morey actually going to draft more young talent?
Some of these teams, like the Chicago Bulls, have been wheeling and dealing. I'm looking at them and I'm thinking to myself, what are you guys doing? You guys have all these guards. The Ball brothers will play together this year. I feel like Lonzo is being tied to our team because technically we don't really have like a point guard. We're using Reed Shepherd as a point guard. We're using Amen Thompson and Sengun as our point forwards.
Sengun's so good.
Van Fleet injury really kind of capped what we could do at that position. If Fred Van Fleet was healthy right now, we'd probably still be top 2, top 3 in the West, but you can't deal with what ifs. You have to deal with what is. And what it is right now is we are, lacking at the point guard position. Top 4 or 5 all blue chip guys. So there should be some commotion at the top of the draft for the NBA if this, we got some workhorses coming into the league, which I mean the league needs it. The NBA needs.
They need an infusion of young talent,
new stars. Like you need to have, because right now SGA just got hurt. There's no timetable for SGA to return.
Me and Alexi had this about football. Like the league starts needing to get more infusion of good young talent. Yeah, because the older, like the players that are in their prime are starting to come out of their prime. So you need that next wave, and the next wave of quarterbacks hasn't been impressive, so it's like,
Kevin Durant's 36 years old.
That's what I'm
LeBron
saying. In the NBA,
Steph is like 36,
like all those
37.
guys are in their 30s, so you need this infusion of young talent.
There's going to come a time sooner than later where they're actually going to have their last season. That's going to come, and the NBA better figure out how to get more eyes on the product and get us interested again, because once those staples are no longer there, look.
Dude, more people watch Brosmer versus Goff than they did watch the actual NBA games.
You think about
that's crazy.
Like LeBron, KD, Harden.
What was the other game? The Raiders and the Chiefs that night? Or no, it was the Chiefs and the Broncos.
Yeah.
More people were watching that, and
with the Chiefs bringing out their backups.
Third string.
Olajuwon or
Hadouken,
whatever his name
Chris Hadouken. There you go.
The guy that I picked for an anytime touchdown because his odds were through the roof, and he just got Murdered.
And
Absolutely murdered. As a fan of a crappy team who wants them to lose, I want one of these blue chip kids.
That's why, as a Sixers fan, you know what? Try to trade Embiid. Try to get out of that contract.
You don't think that ship has sailed already?
He's playing well right now.
Yeah,
his value is as high as it's going to be.
If there's a chance for you to do it,
it's
you gotta
now.
jump on it, bro. Because
it might piss some fans off, but you know what? You're going to unload $194 million that maybe you could go after one of these younger players.
I mean, if you're one of those fans who still thinks that Joel Embiid can bring you a championship, then you're probably one of those people that believe James Harden can still turn things around. Because now at this point, we're just throwing pennies into the wishing well.
This team needs to build around Maxey and Edgecombe. That's what they need to do.
Yeah.
Simple. I don't know how else to write this down. The Paul George getting suspended actually hurt them because they were probably going to trade him instead of Embiid.
Now they can't.
Yep. So
and now the deadline's going to pass you by, and you're now awaiting Paul George making his grand
return. The guy on the Philly radio made a great point. He's like, who's to say Giannis's best years ain't behind him?
Bro, I'm telling you.
He was like, ever since he won a title, this guy hasn't been the same guy.
I am not excited about the idea of the Houston Rockets going out there and trying to acquire a guy with bad ankles and selling off pieces like potentially Amen or Sengun just to get this guy and what? And then what? Have him and KD together? One with bad ankles, the other one's 36, 37 years old. The fact that we still depend on a 36, 37 years old player as much as we do is enough of a warning sign to me to let me know that we do not need to be involved in any type of Giannis move. The rumor mill has it that Minnesota was trying to be busy at the deadline unloading caps so that they could potentially make a move for Giannis, and they could pair Giannis up with Julius Randle and Ant-Man. And when you think about maybe Julius Randle might be a casualty.
Trading for Ja Morant before anybody else, and take that baggage.
The flash in the pan. That is total baggage. That's the best way to sum up him and what he's
compared to I don't know.
The last time the Grizzlies were something,
I thought it was foolish when the Sixers gave Embiid that supermax extension.
We all did. We talked about it.
I thought that was crazy.
We knew what that meant. Guys. You were cooked.
The first max deal, okay, I get. But this max deal, I'd have never done it.
In the long run, you knew what it meant because as a fan, you've had to deal with the
injuries,
the excuses, the lack of performing in the big moments of playoff games.
And you know what I was saying the other day, too, about me and Alex were talking about how Jimmy Butler could have been traded, but then he tore his ACL, even me and Alex were talking he goes, Golden State was crazy for giving him that contract. These players are old, and these teams are giving these older players these max deals. I don't understand what your thought process is.
Well, it's almost
they see LeBron work. They see LeBron playing at a pretty good, a decent level at 40, and they just assume everybody's going to be like that. It's not.
But also though, those old heads are more reliable than some of these young cats that are coming in, and that's why a lot of teams go after the veteran QB rather than have to deal with the kid coming out of college that was prepped and groomed and just spoiled. And once he gets into the league, everything goes over his head.
I just hope the Houston Texans don't do what I think they're going to do.
They're going to do it. They're going to do it.
That's crazy.
And it's going to cost this man his job. The Nico Ryans, he's a good football guy. There's going to be other opportunities for him. But because they are hitching their wagon to CJ Stroud.
I know we just flipped into another sport, but we're talking about contracts and players and
the long-term ramifications
we're talking about
contracts
of some of these
with
older players in the NBA, and then you got these contracts they give to these younger kids in the NFL that
I think John's up
are just crazy.
Then he's a shot, but he can still play as long as he doesn't jump too hard. Yeah, I mean, don't depend on Embiid for rebounds because that ain't part of his game. But the dude can still score the basket. You know, I always the last couple of years I felt as though Embiid to Miami made sense, but now I feel like maybe that ship has sailed, or they just they're tied to Adebayo and they're not worried about that position, or maybe
Bam's another older player.
Yeah, he can still go though. He can still jump at least. He still got some hops.
They said, yo, not everyone is LeBron, but look at these players and their longevity. Harden, 36. Steph, 30K. These dudes are doing things normal players don't.
And they're the only ones that are left. Those four.
I get it. I 100% get it, Rob.
Left.
That's why I say this league needs youth infusion immediately.
Yeah.
They need players like Tyrese Maxey to continue to get better. They need a VJ Edgecombe to be doing what he's doing. They need Wemby to be doing what he's doing.
Wemby is the hope. The great Wemby is like you.
And it sucks that I'm watching the Spurs now and like, yo, this should be Pop's team, bro. If it wasn't for health.
Yeah, it sucks, man.
Because he helped contribute to all this.
He had to deal with a lot of bad years of Spurs basketball before it got to where they are now. Now they are a young, talented squad. Like they got him. They got Steven Castle. They got that Cornette kid. They've got De'Aaron Fox. The Fox Wemby combo is a lot of fun some nights.
That's going to be a championship duo one day.
I hope, because he's such a tall, slender player.
Look at baseball. Baseball's slowly figuring it out. They're finally getting popular again. They're finally getting people watching again.
It's fun.
But what's killing them is this whole monopoly of these teams like the Dodgers.
And that's why we're not getting baseball for next season.
Yeah. Everyone write it down. Next year, Sandlot Association is going to have a year off because of the strike that's going to occur.
So we got to enjoy year 3, guys, because we might not have a year 4 until 2 years from now.
I truly believe baseball owners are going to put their feet in the ground.
Don't drop out of the league right now.
Fight the salary cap.
Be a part of season 3 because it might be 2 years before we do fantasy baseball.
I just feel as though baseball isn't. They're using the salary cap as a crutch instead of telling these teams that these lower base salary teams who keep using excuse we don't have the payroll, which is bullshit. They should just tell them open the books. Let me see your books. And you'll probably see the corruption. You'll see that they're pocketing money or they're mismanaging money. Show me
where the money went.
Like I bought my mom the stash from Pittsburgh, Skeens. I bought her a nice T-shirt when I was in Pittsburgh of him for Christmas. Nice. I told her enjoy this because in 2 years it's probably gonna have pinstripes. She ain't like that one.
She ain't like it, but it's the reality.
It's the reality of what's going to happen.
Unless he goes to LA.
Yeah. Where everybody seems to want to go.
In 2 years, they'll have Aaron Judge. They'll have Juan
and
Soto.
I don't know how I don't know how you as a Dodger fan can be like, yeah, like, no, bro. Like, there's nothing exciting about that. To me, if I had an all-star team like that, it's nothing exciting. You want to be challenged.
I mean, what are Dodgers fans?
They're non-existent. You're right. What am I talking about?
You're a Dodgers fan? Why? Why? You root for the Dodgers? Cool. Cool, bro. Good for you. Happy for you.
So, yeah, baseball is going to get very interesting with that strike that's going to come. It's coming. There's no doubt about it.
It's going to be a topic of conversation for us on here when we get closer to it.
And it sucks because people want to see it. Like like this past baseball playoffs were good. Like they were really good. You know, there's a good chance that Toronto won. The Dodgers probably would have signed everybody afterwards.
It's funny because, like, we hate the results of the Dodgers winning back-to-back, but the last 2 seasons of baseball have been a lot of fun, you know?
The only person on those teams that I was happy for was Freddie Freeman. That's it.
Yeah, I was happy.
I'm a big Freddie Freeman
I was happy
guy.
For my boy Ohtani. You know, I ain't never mad at him.
Oh, the guy who should have been suspended?
Hey.
An
interpreter.
I don't care what anybody says. I hope this is one of those viral clips the Restream program picks because I don't care what anyone says. Shohei Ohtani was the man responsible for all those bets, and his interpreter took the fall. I don't care. I'm 42 years old. I'm going to be 43 in May. You cannot tell me that man didn't know all that money was disappearing from his bank account because his interpreter was making bets. Bullshit. The interpreter took the fall, and baseball couldn't lose such a big star.
Their biggest star. When the news first broke, it sounded like he was the one doing it.
No, we know he did it.
All of a sudden, more reports came out, and there's more. And
you had to change the spin.
Yeah, you saw the pacifying. The same reporters that were giving you the story a week later. There was a twist.
Already starting to retract.
Hold on. Let's not be too quick to judge here. There's more to the story.
That's when I knew it was bullshit.
It made it worse. It made it worse.
All you did is make public perception even realize more like this is bullshit. He did it. There's no one alive with a brain that thinks he didn't do it.
The fact his interpreter is doing a 10-year bid right now in a federal prison makes him feel more guilty to me. Like, damn, this guy really took the fall for you.
Yep. He's gonna get out on early. He'll get out on good behavior probably in a year or two now.
And Ohtani, I hope you're taking care of him because
Oh, he did.
I'm sure he did. He had all the money.
It's in the Swiss bank account somewhere.
The same offshore account where he was making the bets. Whatever. How much money did they say he stole from him?
Couple, like 5-6 million. Bullshit.
More than that. You don't notice that missing money?
Exactly.
I go on my TV.
You have accountants. I go on my freaking Century Savings Bank every day. Even if I don't spend anything.
Just look. I need to know. Oh, is Apple Music gonna go? Oh, what happened? Oh, I just did this, or I just bought this.
Exactly.
I'm checking.
Come on, E. We know.
I'm checking, bro. You're not checking your shit.
It was bullshit, and they know it.
You trust him that much? That was your boy. Them picks are old news. I don't care what he does. He will never be worth 5 firsts. Who are we talking about here? I'm a little lost here. Still be balling. And old heads can still ball. You already know that. I mean, you have a higher IQ as far as like the game itself. You slow the game down, and you're smarter.
Listen, 4 years ago when I was like 38, 39, and I played that flag football with those guys at work. Whew! I was every bit of a 38-year-old man.
Yeah, you feel it, bro.
Sure. I was sore for days.
I felt it after 3 days of shoveling.
There were muscles that I didn't even realize. Oh, my shoulders still hurt because I fell.
I felt too, trying to go get the mail, trying to help Heather get the mail, and she ended up getting to the mailbox before me. I tried to help her.
I fell right. I did a freaking right by the car. Where, you know how he always landed on his side?
That's Bridges. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, Mikal Bridges ain't worth all that. Never will be. Never in a million years. What is he? He's still on the Knicks right now. What does he even do? He's even he's like afterthought on that team.
I mentioned trading.
Okay. Sorry. All right. I meant to comment on the MPJ things. I was saying like, damn, MPJ's averaging like 24 to 25 points a game, but he's also taking like 24, 25 shots a game. Because, in Brooklyn, you got the green light to do whatever you want. Nobody's going to stop you. The real teacher is gone. There's a substitute teacher there. And you can just act up and shoot the ball 30 times because at the end of the day, what are the Nets playing for? Another lottery pick. The Brooklyn Nets are in the same position now. The Brooklyn Nets are exactly what I said they were going to be when everybody was hyping up their whole experiment with all the players they were bringing in. I said on this podcast, I was like, bro, these guys are doing the exact same thing that they did when they brought in KG and Paul Pierce. Nobody wanted to hear it. But now, years removed from that conversation,
and they're right back at it again.
Like, look where they're at now.
Crazy.
I lost a couple dollars putting my faith in
the Cleveland Browns of basketball. Rebuild, have a good rebuild, have 2 good seasons, rebuild. Good seasons, rebuild.
I think as far as franchises go, the Brooklyn Nets sit below the Cleveland Browns. Because what have the Brooklyn Nets really done? I haven't seen them in the Eastern Conference Finals. Like, I'm sorry, but I think they're below the Cleveland Browns, a team that has never made it to the Super Bowl. But Brooklyn ain't never made it to no finals. That was the Jersey Nets. You're not going to inherit the New Jersey history. You want to go be in Barclays Center and play over there? Then that's all your history, which is a bunch of nothing.
A woozy,
a bunch of they don't really. The Brooklyn Nets don't really have history. It's just L's and 2 periods in time where they temporarily stole the headlines from the New York Knicks because they tried to assemble their big threes. The first big three with KG, Paul Pierce, and Jason Terry. And the second big three, the Wizards,
the Wizards
and Hornets are the Browns of the NBA. I mean, just a bunch of directionless teams.
Mikey replied with they can't even Knicks fans can't even be together arguing, teaming up.
Yeah, I mean,
what is it with New York fans that just don't get along?
They just see things differently. Everything. Every particular thing. But one thing that they're in agreement in is not being too excited about the OC hire that they got. None other than Matt Nagy, the man who I was on here being so negative. I was saying to myself, "Oh, we're just
being a negative Nancy."
I was being a negative Nancy because I had nothing to look forward to. I was in the doldrums, melancholy, feeling bad for myself, sitting here saying, "Oh, don't be surprised if Matt Nagy gets hired by the Tennessee Titans as the head coach. Oh, I wouldn't be shocked. Yeah, now what?" And
I really thought it was going to be Arthur Smith.
We didn't do any of that.
I was shocked.
We got Robert Saleh, and we followed it up with Brian Daboll as the OC. And Matt Nagy went to the Giants, which is one of those things where it's like, you know, like we know Harbaugh's going to be there a while.
Rumor has
Matt Nagy, though.
Cliff Kingsbury was supposed to get interviewed or got interviewed, but kind of turned it down. I don't know.
Kingsbury turned it down for what?
I don't know.
What's he doing?
I know Alexi is not very happy with the hiring of Matt Nagy. He was like, I was very positive. He was, that's why I didn't go too crazy, Oscar. Because I knew something would happen that would make it be a letdown for me. And this is it right here.
Well, I mean, Knicks fans were celebrating the day of.
He was like, but I'm going to trust Harbaugh. He's a good coach, and he'll figure it out. But
he is a good coach.
He goes, this Nagy hire does not have me excited at all. He goes, he better not stunt Dart's development.
And that's
then I kind of threw in the
big question.
I went like this, but Kafka started it.
The Kafka era, where he was going to play him a little more safe.
And he admitted, he goes, this is why me and Mikey don't see eye to eye on this team.
Because of the shit they do?
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
I was like, but Mikey's not happy either about the Nagy thing.
I mean, we have to have the conversation now. Potentially in a year and a half, Dart could be going through his third OC. How many young quarterbacks thrive that way? You know,
maybe Nagy learned something going back to Andy.
Yeah, but now you're removed from Andy.
But how?
So what are you gonna put into play?
I'm gonna put something out there that people are gonna be like, ugh.
I'll trust Harbs. And that's the sentiment from a lot of Giants fans is basically
I'll put
Harbaugh
this out there
as the overseer.
Since Matt Nagy went being back to the OC of Pat Mahomes, he's kind of regressed every year.
Yeah. Yep. It was not good.
And I'm not saying regressed to become a bad quarterback. I'm saying statistically, he hasn't been the same quarterback.
Hurts is about to be on his 7th, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Mike McDaniel's passed up on the job.
2020, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. 7th OC.
One guy managed to be there for 2 years. That was the record for OC's in history.
6, yeah, Steichen.
That was it. Everybody else, every year, it's been in you go, out you go, in you go, out you go. Yeah, man.
Another guy with no experience he just hired, too.
To me, though, wherever Matt Nagy went, it's like he's destined to get fired. That's how I look at it. You're not going to reinvent yourself. You're not going to reinvent the wheel with this guy. The Giants will be looking for another OC in 2 years.
Think about this. The moment his contract expires, the OC of the Chiefs, they didn't even try to renegotiate it and say, you'll be our OC if you don't get a head coach job. They immediately hired Eric Bieniemy. They immediately brought Eric Bieniemy back. What does that say?
I just want to say thank you to Miss Amy for vetoing Borzinski, who was ready to hire Matt Nagy as
Is
our
that
head
what
coach.
the story is?
Yeah, they vetoed it. They said we're going with Salah.
I didn't read that story.
We're going with Salah. And now you're going to help Salah get Dable over here. You're going to build a relationship with who we pick.
Hey, Dable gets to coach the guy he was ready. He wanted the office to trade.
He wanted him. That was a nice little deal that the Giants were offering for old the 101, which was Cam Ward. And now Dayball ends up getting what he wants and, in a position that he belongs in. Not everybody's meant to be a head coach. And Dayball, you don't have to worry about peeking your head in the blue tent because Cam Ward don't spend as much time in there as Jackson Dart does. He is an old school quarterback that likes to actually get out there and get the rock downfield. I'm excited because Dayball gets to focus on what he's good at, not trying to do too many things in too many places and be the head coach and worry about this. He just has to focus on the offense, and we have a defensive-minded head coach, which we already know what he has in mind as far as how he wants to build his defense. Our defensive coordinator that we just hired is just a mascot.
He's just gonna.
He is not.
All he's gonna do is help. He's gonna just reinforce the game plans.
Here's the plays. Salah is gonna hand him the plays. You and me will be communicating, and these are the plays that we're gonna be running. All right. You want to feel important? Hold this.
Just like with McCarthy. McCarthy is calling the offensive play calls in Pittsburgh.
So if you're the OC there, you're just the face. You're not actually doing anything.
That's what it is.
You're not in charge of anything.
And good for Salah for actually acknowledging he goes, I didn't do it in New York and I regret it. Now I'm going to do it here. So I think he's a good enough coach to be able to call the plays and still coach his team.
I'm happy because we are hiring motivated men who have ventured out of their like one guy left San Francisco, one left Buffalo. And, they went to other places. They both went to New York. They tried what New York was. They dealt with New York media. They dealt with the ups and downs. Salah, in his case, he went back to 49ers. He went back to home, and I feel like we're getting motivated men at the positions that we're getting them in. Like Nagy in Kansas City the last 4 years. Nagy was a glorified clipboard holder in Kansas City.
I don't know, because Andy Reid pretty much doesn't call play unless he doesn't like a call.
I mean, Andy Reid was
supposedly he says he lets his guys call, but he's really still involved.
Probably. Yeah, to an extent, because there's a lot of Andy Reid in that offense. You see it, bro. The way they use their running backs and everything.
All I know as a football fan, I'm just excited to watch Robert Saleh versus Liam Cohn twice a year.
Keep my name out your fucking mouth.
What you say? Come back here.
That is, I mean, our division is pretty good all of a sudden. Man.
I hate to say it, but Saleh's going to knock out Cohn if it came to fight.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to smoke. I'm excited. I'm excited for Jeffrey Simmons. I'm excited for what this means for Cam Ward. Like I just, man, I'm not going to set my sights too high because we're in a tough division. And that's another thing,
and it might actually be more because I heard the jump's going to be bigger than what over the cap was projecting.
That's enough money to bring in a
wide
receiver. I heard
you might see an extra $10 million on what they were thinking.
That's enough money to bring in a big name wide receiver. That's enough money to spend a little
bit more.
I
was just trying to help you, bro, by saying that he was calling plays.
From all reports, Reed calls plays. People in the league love him. I don't see what they see, but I have no choice but to trust Harbaugh. I mean, it's all about really the connections and who you know with a lot of these guys. It's like a frat. A lot of these guys, they got their tree.
Harbaugh thought Monken was coming with him. I don't think Harbaugh thought Cleveland was going to hire him. Hell, yeah, I didn't think Cleveland was going to hire him.
I threw a wrench.
And Cleveland screwed themselves because the moment they kind of led on Jim Schwartz, making him think that he was going to get the job, then they don't give it to him, and he just looks at him, all right, well, then I'm done.
That's the thing.
Like, they screwed themselves because what happened was Cleveland was told all their potential coach interviews, you have to keep Schwartz. So then you had people like Dable drop out. You had people like McDaniels drop out. People were trying because they wanted to bring their own staff in. So you finally get a guy like Monken who agrees to do it. And guess what? Schwartz still says, thank you, but no thanks.
Yep.
Exactly, and they pretty much threatened him. Well, you're still under contract. He said, well, I won't coach.
Yeah.
You're in no position, Jimmy Haslam, to be threatening people. You have been one of the worst owners that's ever taken over a team. You've only had 2 winning seasons your entire time as an owner for the last 11 years. This team has progressively gotten worse under you.
Yeah.
You forced Deshaun Watson down Kevin Stefanski, and look how that turned out. So I thought that was funny that happened. That Schwartz is like, well, I'm out. So
yeah, see ya.
But yeah, I think he didn't think Monken was going to get hired over there, and he was going to bring Monken with him.
That was probably the original plan.
And I think there was an agreement that with Monken saying that if I don't get a head coach job, I'm going to come.
A lot happened after Harbaugh got hired by the Giants, though. There was a lot of movement in the league. So
I know.
A lot of things did not.
Joe Shine's just a GM by name now. We all know who has all the power.
He is a helper.
Guess what? Well, I hope they do a Hard Knocks on him this year, seeing him go get coffee for Harbaugh. Hey, kid, go give me some coffee.
Just agreeing with whatever Harbaugh says.
Okay, Jim.
Good call. Good call, John.
How many creams of sugar?
How's your coffee, John? I
can picture Walker like, this is your office.
His energy is going to be so different, bro. He's going to be stoic now, barely talking. Remember when he put his phone down when he's talking to Mary? He's like, yeah, Eagles are out. Bears just up the ante. I don't know how true that is. What are you talking about?
I hope so, because I'm going to lose a lot of sleep. I'm going to have a lot of sleepless nights if he goes to Philadelphia.
As Mara turns his back on us, we'll be all right. They were not okay. They were not all right. But now they're in a better place.
They got the best coach in the division.
They're in a better place. I absolutely love the DC hire. It pained me to see Wilson go because I loved Wilson in Tennessee. But I feel like him with the Giants defense and the pieces that they have there, he is going to make that side of the football great.
It sounds like Jackson Dart helped seal the deal for that, too. That he pretty much
Harbaugh
said,
liked Dart.
Yeah, like
Harbaugh
pretty much told him,
him.
like, I would love to play for you.
He, the way Dayball wanted Ward, Harbaugh had something like, he met Dart and actually spoke to him, and it was just like.
And then they asked him questions about Lamar Jackson and if he thinks of Lamar. You've seen how he just like dodged in and said, "Oh, Lamar's a great quarterback," and like that's all he's like pretty much said, with a bunch of salad dressing to go with it.
Well,
completely
fat-free Italian.
Yeah, like he completely sidestepped the question, just threw a bunch of dressing on it.
I'm gonna start using that. I'm gonna throw some salad dressing on that. Whenever I'm trying to avoid a subject, we're just gonna throw some salad dressing on it.
And that's what he did. Like if you go look at it, he completely. Oh, Lamar Jackson's a great. He's great. I love him. He's a winner. You didn't answer the question if you thought he could keep you.
The politically correct response to.
That's what makes me believe that, Lamar, they didn't want him there. But then you had like we talked about it a couple weeks ago on the press conference.
Hornets do got a bunch of guards now, bro.
I'm flying up from Florida to interview another coach. He better be there too.
Yeah.
So it also makes me seem like the coach, the owner doesn't think the quarterback's all in. So could Lamar Jackson, who has a $73 million cap hit, not play ball with the Ravens? Does he force the Ravens' hand in trading him?
Well, we've had this conversation.
Could the Las Vegas Raiders offer the 1 overall?
We've had the conversation. Right now, okay, you got rid of Harbaugh. What's your next move going to be? Because if it's not a smart move by you guys and the next move is Lamar saying, I want out, you want to talk about, I was joking around with you as far as dark times for Pittsburgh. It's going to get real gloomy out in Baltimore.
It won't be that dark for us if that happens.
No, it helps. It helps everybody. Realistically,
listen,
if you get
as much
as
I'm not over the moon about the Mike McCarthy hire, right now he looks like he's the best coach in the division. You don't know what Jesse Minard's going to be. You don't know what Art Monken's going to be. And we all know how I feel about Zach Taylor. I can't believe that Mike Tomlin and John Harbaugh will not be with their teams, but guess who's still there with his team? Because his owner is so cheap, he refuses to pay someone to sit on the sidelines if he fires them.
Yeah.
So you're going to be a detriment to your team and cost your team a chance maybe to win a Super Bowl or something.
That could actually be the worst division in football next year.
It could be.
if certain things happen,
The NFC,
especially with
NFC East ain't too far behind.
You want to talk about like Lamar Jackson? We discussed the
You
potential
know what?
for.
I'm gonna say something that's crazy. You know what division might be bad too next year? The NFC South.
They're already bad. They're not. Well, what's the bar? Win 8 games and you're in.
Yeah.
They're not getting any better. I mean, I think next year it will be whoever wins 9 games is the clear cut.
If you're the Panthers in this upcoming draft, are you picking defense? Or are you picking another weapon to put with?
To circle back to Baltimore, I feel like this story is going to drag on for a couple of years, and I feel like an extent.
Are you the Ravens and offer the first overall pick to Baltimore for Lamar? Maybe you throw another second round pick and 2 twos and this year's one.
Like a year and a half from now, are we going to be talking about how bad the Baltimore Ravens screwed the pooch?
Yeah, because we're also going to talk about when they rework his deal to get that $70 million down. That means they're going to have to give him an extension. That means he's probably going to be getting paid anywhere between 60 to 65 million average a year. Are you willing to do that, Baltimore, when he's about to start hitting 30 years old and his game is predicated on his speed and he's just going to get older? Like, mobile quarterbacks don't age well. Look at Russell Wilson.
It wears on
Russell Wilson was a mobile quarterback. Michael Vick, a mobile quarterback.
It wears on you.
Steve McNair, as great as he was in his mid-30s, was not good.
The mobility, I mean, the injuries too, like that.
And he also has injuries that go with it.
Hold on, he does. The ankles, bro. The ankles aren't as good. So, he's not able to break through.
And I'm not saying this as a Steelers fan. I'm just saying history shows mobile quarterbacks do not age well.
Well, it's not just you
Donovan McNabb.
It's not just you being a Steelers fan. It's the fact that after 18 years of service, you got rid of the head coach that won you a Super Bowl, and it doesn't look like you really have like you replaced him with Jesse Minters. It's not gonna hit the same, like Baltimore Ravens fans woke up that day saying, damn, we fired Harbaugh. Maybe some of them wanted the move to happen, but you want that, and you want them to follow it up with another power move.
I know a lot.
With all the names that were available out there.
I'm in groups on Facebook, like the AFC North groups. A lot of them wanted Brian Flores, and they weren't happy with Minter. Some were, some weren't. The Minter's lukewarm.
Yeah, that's not who you want.
It's just like the Steelers move. It was lukewarm.
That's not going to put butts in seats. Jesse Minters. That's the guy you interview after all the good names are gone. You guys went and hired him
immediately.
And
it's not like the Chargers were world beaters on the defense, bro.
They were good,
but they weren't dominant.
I mean, I think they were solid. Chargers were a good defense this year.
And honestly, the Ravens have a lot of holes. Like we're ignoring the fact that look what happened to Kyle Hamilton. Kyle Hamilton got hurt in the Pittsburgh game, and the defense just went.
It was over.
So
once he went down, it was over.
If
you guys were able to get Freiermuth to stretch the field,
do?
I was able to hit a parlay because Hamilton got removed because all of a sudden Freiermuth was making his shit. Calvin Austin was making his shit.
Yup. Marlon Humphrey ain't getting any younger.
No, he is not.
Nate Wiggins is good, but he gets you got a lot of question marks on that team.
Yeah.
Are you going to pay Zay Flowers? That's next.
He had a good game against y'all. I don't blame him for the
one game out of the entire season.
He's not what's holding them back. Because again, same team. You just got rid of a head coach. Now you follow that up with Jesse Minter. So if they get rid of Zay Flowers, where are they going to follow that up with? It better be AJ Brown or something. You better do something.
But are you going to give him that contract extension? You know what the market is for those wide receivers? You're talking almost $33 million a year for Zay Flowers.
In order to establish this new regime, they got to be willing to spend money.
Well, look what the old regime did. They gave a contract extension to old-ass Mark Andrews. Isaiah Likely's walking out of the building with a younger, more compatible is walking out of the building.
They're going to let him walk. And he's going to walk over.
He's going to walk right over
Kansas City.
Either Kansas City or he's walking to New York.
Cincinnati. Because let's be honest,
yeah.
Gesicki, that's not a real plan. That's just the guy that's there now.
I think the Chiefs are going to sign Pitts if he doesn't get tagged.
Pitts has been the name attached to a couple of teams that are in the market for.
If Pitts can walk in free agency, he needs to pick the best spot that features tight ends. Simple as that.
Yeah, but the Falcons are weird. They'll give him a new contract and keep him, and they'll keep you scratching your head.
Well, we're going to find out how Matt Ryan runs this team.
Matt Ryan liked big body wide receivers. Pitts is what Matt Ryan used to throw to. Pitts is every bit of Julio
Drake London going to get paid
with
Matt Ryan as the guy in charge.
Absolutely.
And Matt Ryan isn't sold. Like, Matt Ryan doesn't have to keep Penix.
He's not his guy.
Nope.
We watched multiple drafts together over the years, and the times when the Falcons were up to pick and they made their pick, we sat there and we were like, why? Remember the picture of the GM explaining to the owner
about Penix? That was crazy. I was sitting behind the bar on the other side, and I watched that, and I went and looked right at you, and I went,
just talking, bro.
I remember I just looked at you, and you were like this. They fucking did it. Like, you said it real low, like not loud enough, because me and you were both like,
I didn't think they'd do that.
Everybody else in the room's like, what? Like, even Mikey going, Penix? That's all I heard Mikey say. Penix?
The Falcons are such an unpredictable team. A team that I picked to win the South this year.
Bro.
That didn't age well.
I sat there and said, what the hell are they doing? It's just like when they picked Bijan. I said, why are they picking Bijan?
Algier.
They already have Algier.
Algier is going to be the one that leaves.
Yeah.
Like, gets paid.
But they didn't need that. What they needed was offensive linemen.
With the 8th overall pick. Giants fans.
When they picked Kyle Pitts. I remember I texted you on the phone saying, what the hell are they doing? They need offensive linemen.
They don't care about that.
Terrible. Hopefully Matt Ryan can fix it. I hope he can fix the situation.
You know what the Falcons did better than the Ravens? The Falcons got rid of who I think is a good coach, but they replaced him with a good coach. I can't really say the same for the Ravens.
I think Raheem Morris got fired because he didn't want to fire assistants. Because you can't tell me he did a bad job.
I don't think he was a bad coach. Yeah, there's more. There's definitely more to that story.
There has to be, bro. He's a DC now for
He's DC for. Oh,
is it the Chargers?
No.
Or is it the 49ers?
49ers DC, and I think that was a great hire. I think putting him, again, a motivated guy. He dealt with what he dealt with in Atlanta, head coaching experience, and now he can just lock in on what he is good at doing. With Shanahan taking care of the offense and doing what he needs to do on that side, and you let Raheem Morris handle a defense that wasn't as good this year, but still solid. 49ers defense is still solid, and you know that they can figure it out and get it together because the 49ers are keeping up with the Rams or keeping up with the Seahawks. Like, the 49ers play in one of the best divisions in football. 49ers made the playoffs this year. There were 3 teams in that division that made the playoffs.
The divisional round with third stringers playing defense.
You know,
if they can just stay healthy, man, they could be a problem.
And that, again, is always the if with that football team. Like the 49ers fans that I talk to, that's the conversation every year.
I said that team could win 13 games, and I was
off by one.
And I was off by one.
Yeah, they won. They got 12.
I said it. I said this team, the way their schedule looked, I was like, "Yo, this could be a 13-win team."
They got 12, and it still wasn't enough to win the division.
I'm still upset with the Rams, though. I'm not even a Rams fan. It's just
they deserve to lose because of the fact that they kept playing with their food.
The punt return, like
they just kept
losing that game in Seattle was so detrimental to them. And I'm not talking about the championship game. I'm talking about that game,
the OT
semifinals.
Yep, you're right. It always has been.
Had they won that game, they're the 1 seed. They don't got to go to Seattle. Seattle's got to come to LA.
Seattle won the games they needed to win. And they're in the Super Bowl right now because of it.
The Seattle
they beat the 49ers when they had to beat them.
I think are going to win their second Super Bowl.
I kind of think so too. I think Sam Darnold and the Seahawks win. And I think, credit to the Patriots for getting here, but Drake May hasn't been good in the playoffs. It's been shaky. He's been tested.
Yes.
It's been the defense that has been bailing out the offense for the Patriots.
And I can go out on a limb and say if Bo Nix was healthy, the Broncos probably beat the Patriots.
If Bo Nix was healthy, I probably would have picked Denver in that game.
I think they would have beat.
Defense has been elite for New England. Vrabel has got them boys ready. So whatever mistakes May has made has been masked.
Hey, Mikey, guess who's going to the Super Bowl first? Stephon Diggs, not Josh Allen.
Yeah.
I wonder who needed who.
Yeah, he's going to the bowl, bro. I mean, but they're still a good. I mean, he could turn it on, but you're gonna have to do it against the best defense in the league. Legitimately, the best. There's no argument.
This could be the 2019 Super Bowl, was it, or 2018? Rams
Patriots,
where it was like
13-3. 13-3 was the final score.
I hope it's not, but it could be.
So boring. So boring.
It honestly could be.
So boring.
I know you don't want to hear that.
No, I feel it. I heading into this weekend, I feel as though I'm going to sit on my recliner and I'm going to be watching a 6-3 ball game with 2 minutes left at halftime.
Yeah, I'm going to be.
And it's just like
sitting right over there. Well, I'm either going to be laying down or sitting down watching this game.
Everybody who's mad, bro, Bad Bunny might be the best thing about the Super Bowl.
I have Monday off, and that's only because I got to wake up at 7 and take 8 and at 8 o'clock to go start touring some tech schools.
Nice.
For a couple. He wants to be an electrician, so we're going to start looking at schools.
Nice. Very cool.
And yeah, so I have off that Monday, but doesn't mean I'm going to get to sleep in. However, I'll probably watch the whole game. Last year I went to bed early. Like, I went to bed. Once I seen Kenny Pickett come into the game, I was like, I'm going to bed. This game is over.
We were in Gloucester. We were at a friend's house. So at that point, it's like making myself. Well, we're their friend, our friends that we met through them.
Okay.
Our shout out to my boy Juan, Gloucester locked and loaded. Majority of the people I was hanging out with,
South Jersey
Brawlers League. That's who I watched the Super Bowl with last year, and most of them Eagles fans, a couple Bills fans, myself, and. Around the fourth quarter, like the Eagles fans are feeling good. They're talking their shit. I'm making myself another plate of snacks. People are talking amongst themselves because Kenny Pickett is out there and nobody's.
I saw Pickett come in.
There was some garbage time from the Chiefs offense.
Turned the television off. I told Cassie and Mink, I was like, come on, we're going to bed.
I mean, yeah, that's it. That's it. Especially like for you or for Mikey, where you guys are waking up early. Like, for work. A lot of times I'm just falling asleep when you guys are waking up.
I came in the next day to work and these Eagle fans were just insufferable. But they tried to like mess with me. I'm like, what are you guys messing with me for? Like, I picked you to win. Like, what are you messing with me? Like, I picked you to win.
Everybody who was waiting for the downfall of the Kansas City Chiefs, it was at the expense of seeing the Eagles win another championship and the Patriots making their way back to the Super Bowl. So
somebody asked me the other day.
Nothing new happened.
If the Patriots win, they're going to break the tie with the Steelers. So I was like, then go ahead and do it. I was like, you know what? The old me would have been like, F them. I'm going for the Seahawks. I don't care no more.
I mean, they can, but I don't know if they will because I believe in the Seahawks. I believe in the Patriots.
If they win their 7th championship, kudos to them. I'm not going to be a hater. I'm not. Like, I'm done doing that bullshit. Like, it is what it is. So if they can do it, go for it. I'll be happy. I like Drake May. He's
2 coaches that are coaching their first Super Bowl. Like,
Drake's part of the bloodline. Mike Vrabel, former Steeler, always gonna have love for him.
Yeah, May's part of the brewery.
He's going for history because he'll be the first ever player to win a Super Bowl and also win as a coach for the same team.
Yep.
It'll be the first time ever.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of history on. Then you got Sam Darnold's whole career history. There's a lot, Stephon Diggs and the whole feud with Josh Allen.
Yeah. How
he was a selfish player and you can't win with selfish players. And now he's inside the Super Bowl. You got crazy ass Mac Hollins who's probably going to walk barefooted all over Vegas.
He was barefoot today at something they were doing. Because they're doing all the meet and greets and all that crap. He's walking around barefoot out there. 2 bottles.
There's a lot to be like there. Like Mike McDonald. He'll be the first person off of the John Harbaugh tree to win a Super Bowl if he wins. So there's a lot there.
Winning the Super Bowl.
Cooper Kupp winning a championship with another team.
Winning the Super Bowl with a team that you don't really have to change anything next year. Your quarterback is locked in.
Quarterback's locked in. Receivers are locked in. Running backs locked in.
All of a sudden, Kenneth Walker.
Well, I don't know if the running back's locked in because Kenneth Walker could go unless they tag him. Because Zach Charbonnet's injury, they said, is pretty damn serious.
Yeah, so it's going to be all on Walker.
Their defense is still intact, and you're going to add players to it through free agency to make them better.
I think we get a battle of field position because I see the Patriots defense giving Darnold problems.
But it's like you said, this could be another opportunity just for them to win because, next year you're going back to a loaded West division.
This is your
not
shot.
Just a loaded NFC conference.
This is your shot.
You're going back to a loaded NFC West. The Niners are going to be better,
Rams.
If they're healthier, they're going to be right there. The Rams are still going to be the Rams.
Yeah.
What helps the Rams and the older quarterback of Matt Stafford is the fact they play in a dome and they're in warm weather.
Yeah.
And then on the NFC side for the other teams, like, the North. Caleb Williams and the Bears are only going to get better. Jordan Love is still going to be Mr. Mediocre, Mr. 9-8, 10-7.
Good regular seasons.
Yeah, Detroit, having this 1 year, they're going to be picking in the teams. They're going to get more draft capital. Their other stars that are injured are going to come back. Maybe they have another 12-win season next year again. Like
I've been tracking that, and Knicks ended up getting the win. It took 2 overtimes, but they beat the Nuggets.
King of the Court was yesterday, so that would have been nice.
King of the Court ended up being a tie.
Did you get a bet for that? Didn't you pick the right King of the Court winner last week?
I did last week.
What was your bet?
I picked Sar from the Wizards, and that I got help with that because I was doing research, and that one of the pages I follow that does picks. Mm-hmm. I ended up tailing that pick and ended up getting $324 in bonus bets.
You used them up already?
I did.
Because I know you got a week.
I did use them,
and you won nothing.
No, I didn't. I got. They broke it up into like $50 bonus bets and players sold. I tried to be smart. I was like, I'm going to bet on Miles McBride and Colin Sexton. One for 11 points, one for 10 points. Neither one hit their mark. I was just getting shafted.
You go for
just
I did that when the NBA season first started. I did a 10-pick parlay, and I picked everybody's like 17 points. And it was a $5 bet that would have been $90. 9 out of the 10 hit, bro.
And that's why you realize why their numbers are so low, because there's a good chance they may not make that number, or they can get that number in the first quarter.
Yeah.
You gotta be careful with those 10.5s, 11.5s. But yeah, this yesterday, I think I picked Luka for King of the Court. He didn't get it. It ended up being Jalen Johnson. I think it was Jalen Johnson.
I would have had King of the Court 2 weeks in a row, but Maxey missed it by 1, and B got it that week.
I got it 2 weeks in a row up until this week when it stopped.
I love getting those bets.
Yeah, it's a fun Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday night, there's action. It's low, makes it fun.
Even if you don't pick the right person, you're still winning money if they hit the.
Yeah, if they hit the prop, you still win it. And then now DK has the King of the Court tracker where you can actually keep tabs of literally everybody's statistics, like the top 12 players. Like they're basically showing you, and like whoever is the leading guy at the time has the crown on. It's like the King of the Hill type of thing. So it's a fun Tuesday night advantage that they threw out there. I usually always play it. I always get it. So make the most of the bonuses that you get, man. You never know. Play your bonuses. You never know what can happen.
Yeah.
Oh man. So All-Star break next weekend. Baseball around the corner. Super Bowl this Sunday. I think that pretty much.
Combine at the end of the month.
We can. I wanted to throw in some WWE talk, but we could save that. We could save the WWE talk and let another week of storylines play out and see how they go about what they're gonna do as we head into, because it's WrestleMania season. So we're gonna bring it up on here. We know we got some wrestling fans in the building that are gonna want to talk about it and discuss it, but we've we ran long tonight. We give our hour 45, and this is a good place to close with the Super Bowl coming on Sunday. Both of us going Seattle here. Anything?
Sounds good to me.
Appreciate all the feedback in the group with the comment section.
Make sure you
Rose,
guys,
Chris,
if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube page, make sure you head on over to YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube page.
Check us out.
Because sooner or later, we may be ending these Facebook Lives and doing just exclusive YouTube.
Yeah.
So start subscribing to YouTube, guys.
I feel like honestly, that's probably the next logical step.
And if you have, and think about it, if you have YouTube Premium, like when your phone goes black, we still play in the background if you have YouTube Premium.
You'll still hear us. We'll still be there with you in the darkness.
Because I most likely am probably going to buy YouTube Premium just so I can watch those WWE Vault channels without the stupid ass commercials, and the show can just keep playing.
$14.99.
Yeah, just let the show keep on playing.
I'm such a YouTube
because I already cut Peacock.
I'm gonna have to now because it's lost all its. I mean, besides The Office.
That's all it says.
Office just did the extended year 9 episodes, so we're binge watching up until we get to season 9, and I'll be watching.
When you come over, you can see your cat.
Oh,
I got sprinkles. When I was coming to work, I ran over a turtle.
We hope everybody has a great Super Bowl Sunday, whatever you're doing. Remember to enjoy it. Don't waste too much of your day arguing with people on the internet. It might be a boring game. Just have fun. Have fun. Family, friends, drinks, snacks. Live it up.
Eat those wings.
It's a celebration no matter what, because you're going to miss football when it is gone. For sure. And
March, April, May, June, July, August. 6 months. Yeah. Enjoy the last game.
For those of you who are part of the Sandlot Baseball Association, never fear. I'll try to keep you guys busy from April to September, because really when we play our playoffs for the Sandlot, football season started already. So I'll get you through the summer to the best of my abilities. Baseball should be a lot of fun this year.
I mean, the semis,
again, I think you did. Again, the fact that we may not have baseball in 2027 makes me want to savor this year all the more. So everybody out there, be safe. Enjoy your night. Enjoy the fact that the snow is finally melting away and we can see the grass again after a week and a half.
Next time, be prepared, people. Get your damn salt.
Great job, Millville. Outstanding job taking care of the snow. Just let it sit. And yeah, man. You guys be safe out there. Looking forward to next week's podcast as we basically wrap up, everything that happened leading up to the NBA trade deadline and all the latest happenings in the NFL world, man.